So I'm going to head to Tool Space, right click on my road and then click Design Data Form. You'll see here just for the wing and the main driveway and the other wing, there are 6 design variations that control the curb codes. There are another further 3 design variations which control the adjustment of the footpath, because as we move the codes for the back of curb, for example, the footpath, because it's part of the same cross section, will also adjust, so we have to basically move it back. What we're going to do here is show you how you can construct this using design variations, but in another video we're actually going to be showing you how you can use the new Excel tools found on the Roads tab and found in Tool Space, where you can have these design variations automatically created for you simply using what's known as Excel Link. So have a look at that video after you've learned how these are actually being set up. So we're going to be creating 6 variations to adjust the driveway, which is going to be this one over here. And then we're going to be creating 3 further variations to adjust the footpath. The footpath is optional, but we're going to show you how you can do it anyway. So let's have a look at building the variations around this particular drive. So to get started off with, you can just simply double click on variations in v24.1 and the variations list will be displayed. First thing you should do is pop in a comment. This will help you segregate all of your design variations, and in this case this is going to be driveway 46, and click Add Update. Then we're going to simply double click again to add a variation, and we're going to start off with the linearly vary. Now this is the same variation that's used 6 times, but as you can see we're adjusting different codes at different areas. So we're going to click OK, and we're going to tell it what code we'd like to adjust first. So we're going to be doing the wing, so rather than adjusting one code all the way through, we're going to adjust both codes at one location, then again and then again. So basically we're doing 3 batches. So I'm going to adjust the left top of curb code first, and in this example I'm going to be picking my chainage. Now this is where you need those sample lines to have been created beforehand. Otherwise, when you go ahead and click here, the software will not add these in, but you can see here we've got a meter of wing or taper that's going to be happening. When it comes to the width variation, we're going to be using set for every single one of these variations, which basically says, look, this is the width of the TK code currently, which is this width in here between these 2 arrows, and what is the width basically when it gets to the end of the taper. So we're going to say the start width is 0.15, which I know from my template is this width in here, and then the end width, now if you do not want a lip, for example down here, you can just put 0, which is what we're going to be putting. If not, you could put 30 mil, for example, if this was a 30 mil lip. So we're not going to have a lip. The slope or vertical variation requires you to know how you have specified that code in the template editor. If you've used the slope column in the template editor, any value that you apply in here will be designated as a slope. If you've used the vertical distance column in the template editor, then any value in here will be designated as a vertical distance. So I know, for example, that the TK code has been created using a vertical distance. So I'm going to go in here and tell it whether or not I would like to set the distance or add to the current distance. So at the moment, I'm going to set the current height of the TK code, which is this height here, to 0.125. Now by the time it gets to the end of the taper, I actually want it to be bang on the height of the invert code, so I actually want it to be 0 height. Once you've made this change, you simply click Add Update. Now, quite a bit has happened there. Obviously, all of the other codes have been shunted with that particular change. So now we need to go ahead and make a change to the back of curb code. So this is where we come in and we now say LBK. We pick the chainage range that we want, which again is the start and the end of our wing. We then make the change to the width, which is going to be set. And then in here, all we do is we say what the current width is. So between the TK code and the BK code, the current width is 0.15. By the time it gets to this location, I want it to be 600 deep. We then set the back of curb elevation. So at the moment, the height of the BK code is actually 0. In relationship to the TK code, it's 0. So if we looked at the template editor right now, the BK code has no vertical distance. However, by the time it gets to its new location, I now like it to be 60 mil higher. You may have your own values as to how you want this to be set up. So I'm just using nominal values here. So 60 mil, click on Add Update. You can now see my TK code and my BK code are actually in the right position. Okay, the footpath isn't, and the corresponding codes behind that aren't, but we'll fix those a little bit later. Now we need to go ahead and continue our TK code so that it is now sitting exactly on top of the invert code, and then fix the BK code. So to do this, we're going to go ahead and add a new variation, which in this case will be LTK. And the start chainage for this will be here, and the end chainage will be here. So the width variation, we're going to say set, and we're going to say 0. So I do not want any width on the TK code as it goes across the frontage of the driveway. The slope vertical variation is going to be set, and we're going to say I want no vertical distance all the way through. Click on add update. So the TK code is now positioned where it should be. What I'd now like to do is also adjust the BK code. Now, a little trick here, what you can do is simply just copy a variation, as I've just done there, and just change the code. So this saves me having to go and pick the chainages again, because I know that they're going to be the same. So the width variation is going to be set. When it starts here, it will be 0.6, and when it gets to here, it's going to remain at 0.6. The slope or vertical variation is set, and we know that once it's at this location, it should be 0.06, and it should be maintained at 0.06. And add update. Now, on the face of it, it does look like my end taper has sort of sorted itself out. Now, if you have extra sample lines that are part of your road design in this location, what will happen is the software will transition back again to that sample line, and you won't end up with the proper wing. So you do need to create the last two entries, even if initially you're thinking that it'll look okay. So we're going to go ahead and just click on add. In this case, we're just going to pick the variation. And we're going to make the final couple of variations to the top of kerb code, which in this case will be from this particular spot to this particular spot here. And we're going to say the width variation is set from 0, and then we want it to revert back to its original width, which was in here. Okay, so we need to make that 0.15. The vertical variation will no longer be 0. It will be now reverting back to 0.125. And we click on add update. Again, no change in there, but if we had an extra sample line within that particular wing, we would have noticed the difference. So last variation, we're going to copy the one we just created, and we're going to adjust the BK code this time. So we'll say the width variation is set from 0.6 to an end width, and this is where we need to know what this is, and that's 0.15, so that value is okay. And then the slope or vertical variation is going from 0.06 back down to 0, meaning that we're back to where we are here. Let's click add update. Then we're going to click auto model, because ultimately, yes, we can see what's going on in the plan here, but it would be handy just to get some validation by having a look at model viewer at the same time. And you can see there that as we zoom in, we've got the TK code matching directly on top of the invert, whereas in the previous we had that 30mm step, and we've got those wings and that driveway shape exactly as we want. Let's now have a look at how we can make an adjustment to the footpath to bring that and the corresponding codes back in line to where they should be.